Chairs. We all use them. We all love them. Chairs are just a part of our everyday life. But did you ever think about how many different kinds of chairs there are? I'm just walking around this rocking chair. Watch. Rocking chairs rock. You're thinking, okay, but I want you to look at this chair as we walk around it. Now here's a whole different point of view of the chair. I see a little bit of the arms. It's moving back and forth. Coming this way, and it's facing a new way. When I look at it down here, still rocking. Cool shapes. Chairs. Our rear ends like them a lot, right? So this chair is a really lovely rocking chair. If you were to draw this, how would you draw it? Normally we would just start drawing it, right? A contour drawing, maybe shade it or paint it, and we draw it. But we want to talk about how we can draw it more real. You're thinking, what? We just walked around the chair and we showed all kinds of perspectives of it, and it was moving too. Here's another perspective. So how can we draw a chair that we're walking around? So we looked at the chair, and we're going to look at it again here. And we're going to start out, there's the chair. And let me come back down here. And we're just going to start, and I'm going to draw a little bit of the chair. So I'm going to start with the back of it. It curves around. And then it comes down. Do you remember how I said we want to make it look a little more real? So I'm not going to do too much to this right now. I'm going to draw the arm of the chair. And maybe a little bit of this part of it. See, the seat is going to go here. So let's stop and let's make this chair look a little more real by moving around the chair, because you never see anything from exactly one point of view. It moves. You turn your head, whoever's sitting in the chair moves. So I might be walking around the room. So let's walk around the room a little bit. There's the chair. So what if I move over here? Now I have a whole different perspective of the chair. How do I draw that? Instead of the seat coming out here, I'm going to draw exactly what I see now. So now this line no longer comes back this way. Right now, when I lay it out, it comes this way. So I'm going to draw it this way. This is going to be very collywonked. It's kind of fun though, because it's very freeing. Now the arm of the chair comes up this way. It's like, say what? You're crazy. But it is, nothing matches. Let's stop there. So now I have it from the side a little bit and above, and now I'm almost from the back. Let's move it around. Okay, so now we're looking at it from the back. So we don't see the seat of the chair anymore, we just see a little bit of the legs. So let's draw that a little bit. So you're thinking, how am I going to do that? I want to kind of connect it. So I might want to just, let's do this. Let's start here. This was the side of it going up. So now I'm going to draw the back of it. And it comes this way and down this way. Oh my goodness. And I'll go ahead and make this whole back of it. It's very abstract, isn't it? Don't be afraid of this. Now I've got the rocker, which you don't see much of. But I do see a little bit of the rocker coming back here and then coming up underneath the chair. And then I have this really cool negative space right here. Negative space is what's not the chair. So this is a very collywalked chair, but it's fun, and you just are exploring different points of view. So I've come around to the front of the chair. Let me come through here and show you. There he is. Come around to the front of the chair, and I want to get some more of the rocking motion here. I want to get some more of that and maybe the seat. So I came back in and I connected a few things. So I added this right here, the rocker part, And then I connected it to the seat from the very first drawing. This was the very first thing I did. So now it's just all kind of collywonked and out of place and mushy-mashy, but it's extremely cool. And if we take it now into the studio and add some color and try to make it look more real. Now what I mean by more real is in more real life. Because remember, you don't stand in one spot and see things from one point of view all the time. The chair rocks. Whoops. Or, let me show you the chair rocking there. The chair rocks. And so it's not still. Nothing's still. If there's a person sitting in the chair, it moves. The whole point of view changes. The person changes. If the person turns his head, or if you walk through the room and now you're looking at it from another angle, it's a whole different point of view. So what we're doing here, down here, is trying to show you all of that in one drawing. So let's go back in, add some color, and see what we can do. So as we go back in and start adding some color, the first thing I thought of is the chair's cushion itself was like this red-violet color. So I stuck with the blues and the purples and the red-violets and everything in between to kind of give the seat cushions unity. So to create unity, you repeat something. So I'm repeating the blues and purple colors in that area. But I also wanted to show it being a little different in the sections to show the different points of view. As I work on the wood now, I start contrasting the wood, the cool of the seat in the back to the warm colors of the wood. Now wood is brown, I know that, but not in my world. It's warm. Think of a warm color, the oranges and the blues and the reds. It's just a dull warm. So if you take orange and add a little bit of blue to it, just a teeny bit, it dulls it up and neutralizes it. So wood is really just a warm color. As I start working on the background, I want more contrast. So I'm going with bright greens to kind of contrast the oranges and reds. Green and red are opposite colors, so I really want it to be bright. So to make something bright, you use the opposite color near it. So I'm using a lot of just the greens to contrast the warm oranges of the wood. Notice I'm not coloring things in. Now everything was kind of one flat color, but I go back in now with crayons to kind of mix it up a little bit and have some fun with marks. I'm repeating the curves of the chair or the rocks and even out into the negative space, which is the part that's not the chair. I'm kind of having fun moving my hand around it. I want to kind of make the chair look like it's rocking or moving, or you, the viewer, is moving around the chair. Then very last, I come back in. If you have some markers, you can come back in and play with some markers to make some more emphasized lines and some stronger lines, and again on the inside and the outside to repeat things. So I'm just kind of playing and adding lines, and I end up with this really cool chair that's a rockin' chair, or that chair is rockin', or maybe you're just moving around the chair, remember? So let's look at a few of these chairs. David Hockney is famous for chairs like this. It looks like we're moving around it almost, even the chair's kind of squishy. Here are two Pembroke chairs from his studio. Notice what he does with the background. He kind of does the wood floor, and then he does it with photographs too. He actually takes his own photograph from different angles and recollages it together. So you can take a chair at your house, or you can take one of my chairs and draw it and make it look like it's moving. So I'm showing you here a different variety of chairs that you can use for your own chair or walk around a chair to make your own rocking chair.